This is a really very quick snapshot of a new initiative that we launched at the end of last year, which has proven very, very popular. We've had a huge amount of inquiries. So this is aimed really at those who run salons, clinics, or gyms. So whether you are a therapist or a clinician, or whether you're a personal trainer, or whether you're an owner of those establishments, this webinar is really geared towards you. So one of the first things that I'm going to be doing is talking about the customer's point of view. Why is this required within organizations now? Well, you'll know that a lot has changed over the last few years. Certainly we've seen massive change in the last 3 years, and some of that in part will have been down to celebrities like Davina McCall raising awareness when it comes to menopause. And that's great on an individual footing. We've all become much more aware, but actually businesses need to take note as well. And if you are a progressive business owner or an individual that has a business of their own, then this is something really to take note of, because this can impact your client and customer experience and also your bottom line as a business. So I think you'll find this incredibly useful as I go through this topic. So why should, salons, clinics, spas, gyms, why should they all become menopause approved? And why work with us? Well, there are a variety of reasons. And firstly, I'm going to look at it from your customer, client, patient point of view. Now, I'm one of those, okay? So I'm a client. Think of me as your demographic, and a lot of people that are on this call. We're looking for something different now. So where the awareness is built around menopause, so has our spending power. We're now looking at products and services to spend money on that actually appreciates what it is that we're going through. So we're looking for support. And what I mean by that is, if we are visiting a gym, working with a personal trainer, or whether we're going to a skin clinic talking about the skin changes, we're looking for a more personalized service and approach. So we are now expecting businesses to at least have members of their team, if not all their team, trained with the knowledge and armed with those skills when it comes to having the conversation about menopause. We want to feel supported by you, and personally, I want to spend money with people who do understand what I'm going through. And so that's a valid reason to become menopause approved. And also, as women become much more educated and much more knowledgeable on what's happening to them, then they are going to be much more discerning when they're spending money in establishments, as I've said, the salons and the clinics and the gyms. But there is still stigma out there. So please don't feel that just because you're seeing menopause now on the TV, mainstream media, don't feel that there is no stigma attached to this, because there is. And this is something that we do at Meg to try and, break that stigma of women coming forward and talking more openly about their symptoms. And certainly, we do this, we eat, sleep and breathe it 24 hours a day. So people don't have a problem talking to us, but they may have a problem talking to you if you're their therapist, or they're coming to your salon, even if it's coming for a haircut. Okay, there are lots of symptoms. There's a plethora of symptoms. You'll see on the internet there's 36 or 38. That's utter nonsense. There are actually hundreds of symptoms when you're transitioning from perimenopause into postmenopause, and some of those symptoms continue. It's really important that you, as a therapist or a clinician, that you understand what some of these symptoms are and why they have occurred. For example, if you're in the gym world, in the personal training world, and that wellness, health and wellness, it's really important to understand what motivates or demotivates somebody who's going through menopause. And again, we are your demographic. We're experiencing pain, a lot of us. And so feeling motivated to go to the gym and do a workout, it can be really, really tough going, but it's going to be a damn sight easier, isn't it, if your gym is menopause approved and you know that you can open up about your symptoms. And the same for salons. So we really want to reduce that stigma and showcase those businesses and those practitioners who really want to be knowledgeable about menopause. As I say, we're now becoming much more educated, and the health and wellness businesses around the world are booming. No surprise, really, since COVID. But we also know that for your business, you've been hit hard over the last few years, and so you won't have a slush fund sitting around that you can just, throw money at any training or at any cost. So we'll work with you. But you really need to look at the benefits, the overall benefits of the demographic that could be your client and your customer. And as one of those, I'm going to be much more likely to be spending money with you. So let's have a look then at, what's in it for you as a business owner, whether you're an individual or whether you have a string of salons or maybe, a few gyms under your belt. Really, you need to look at the market expansion for you. So catering for menopausal needs and tapping into this market. There's no shame in it. I mean, years and years ago, there wasn't a market for children's wear. There wasn't a market for pregnancy. There weren't too many markets for products and services within women's health, but it's changing, and it's changing fast. So you mustn't be left behind. You'll need to improve on your client loyalty as well. We all need that, don't we? It costs us a lot of money to get somebody through the doors, and therefore you don't want to lose them. So offering some support and creating an atmosphere that's much more loyal through your understanding and knowledge during this transition of menopause is going to make a huge difference to your client retention. And also, what's great about becoming menopause approved is that you're making a distinction for your business against your competition. Okay, not everybody will do this, but certainly those front runners, the people that think, yeah, wow, I've got to do this. I want to improve my client retention. I want to improve their experience, but I also need more customers. I need more clients through the door. How can I do that? Well, this is great for that. So setting yourself aside from your competition will be really, really beneficial to you, and it'll attract new customers as well, and those that are looking for specific support and tailored services. It'll also offer you positive PR. This is a really good way of making yourself known, showcasing your menopause approval, and getting some great PR. Why not? It's there for the taking. Get out there, shout about it, and be really proud to be menopause approved. To say you're not just helping yourself as a business, you're actually improving client relationships and services. But let's think about your team. So if you are not just an individual sole trader, and it might well be that you're an owner of a business, and so therefore you've got several staff members, this is going to be great to enhance the customer service and just boost job satisfaction. This isn't something that only midlife, middle-aged women over 50 need to know, okay? Because this isn't really an age thing. It's more hormonal. In fact, it's all hormonal, okay? So even those younger team members, once they're educated, it means that they then can have enhanced conversations with your clientele. I've had countless conversations with my hair salon, and quite often I don't always get the same person cutting my hair. And sometimes I talk about menopause, but if it's with younger women, they normally talk about their mothers. Now that's great, but actually we want them to be talking about us as a client, the person that's in front of them. And knowing more about it, which is just going to be wonderful as we see this rolling out. Community involvement as well. You can demonstrate a commitment to your community well-being by building relationships with local people, and that way you're going to introduce new clientele to your salon or your gym or your clinic. You can also look at strategic partnerships. Now, this will open up a door of collaborations and opportunities within the healthcare sector, and wellness experts and menopause advocacy groups. You broadening your reach as a business. And again, I'm going back to, I know you've all had a really tough time as the pandemic rolled out for that 2 or 3 years, and you'll still be reeling from that. So now it's just kind of take a deep breath and let's do something new, and that will really, really help you. And also it's ethical, okay? Excuse me. As awareness of menopause grows, businesses need to proactively address this to stay ahead of the time, and not look old-fashioned, because let's face it, unless you progress and move forward in business, then you're going to stagnate, and then your business is at risk. So what happens then if you just choose to ignore it and don't do anything and don't make any changes to your business? Well, let me just cover that, because you're overlooking a huge potential here. This is a sizable market segment, and you're also then perhaps going to lose business to your competitors, and your customers may not feel quite so supported. They might start to feel a little bit neglected of their needs. So that your reputation then is at risk, isn't it? So you need to think about your reputation. This is a really good way of building on that. You may also incur some legal vulnerability, ignoring that age and gender inclusivity. Okay, so there may be some vulnerability there, and there may be new regulatory processes introduced over the coming years that you'll see. Excuse me, I'm going to have to cough again. It's not COVID, it's an open fire because it's freezing here. So yes, your legal vulnerability, and also think about your employees. Okay, if you have employees that are experiencing hormonal changes, this is all going to add to your overall environment. So you must look at this in a very holistic way. You're going to be helping your employees as well. So remember that competitive lag, the failure to adapt will put your business at a disadvantage as you look at competitors jumping into this market for good reason. Bottom line, more profitable, getting new clients through the door, but really and foremost, you're going to be offering a service that is so valuable to those paying clients and improve their experience. You might have if you ignore this, you may have a sort of a disconnect as well with your clientele. As I say, particularly if your competitors are taking this up and they're showcasing the menopause approved decals on their window. They may have some banners inside their salon, really making the most of being menopause approved. Now, how do you become menopause approved? I'm just going to touch on this quite quickly. Some of you will have already spoken to our ambassadors. If you haven't, I recommend that you book a call with them, because we can talk you through the process. There's a variety of ways that you can introduce this into your business. If you're a sole trader, that's going to be different to somebody who's running a team of people, but the process is still the same. Your team or yourself, you'll go through comprehensive menopause training. Now, this is an online platform. It is incredible. It took 2 years to put together, and we're always progressing and updating it as new research comes through. So we're at the cutting edge of menopause knowledge. And it covers aspects, as you would expect, all aspects, the holistic view on menopause. And that's why I'm talking to you as salons, clinics, or gyms in particular, because there are so many changes that happen to us when it comes to our physical health, whether it's our joints, our muscles, our weight, and that moves then through to our skin. It impacts our hair and our nails, and so it goes on. There actually isn't a part of our body that menopause doesn't impact, ironically. Okay, estrogen is incredibly important to us. So when that depletes, lots of changes take place. And that's why this knowledge is so important. So you'll go through the training, which will take you half an hour or an hour a day, and you'll whiz through that over a number of weeks. And then at the end, you get a certificate. You'll be able to wear a pin badge like I'm wearing now. And if you've got a team, then they can wear this badge, and that's easily identifiable then, the ones that have actually gone through the training. There'll be a certificate at the end, so you can have that up in a frame in the salon or in the gym, and therefore it opens up the conversation and people start to see that you're menopause approved. And then there are digital displays that you can use online and more physical displays that you can have either on your window, on your door, or you can have banners in the workplace. So there are lots of ways that you can adapt this, lots of ways that you can use our license, which is normally a year, but we've got a special offer on at the moment to extend that to 2 years, and then it's renewing. And you'll just make a huge difference to your own business and the lives of others. Now, this is going to be an investment for you, but it's a very, very small investment. You're looking at organisations taking a licence now for 2 years at less than £7 a day. And if you're an individual, it's less than £1.50 a day. Okay, so we're not looking at huge sums of money here. But the impact that it's going to have on your business, you personally, and that sort of broader reach is quite remarkable. And we've already seen it. Of course, we've been around now 4 years. We have champions across 20 countries. We know what we're doing. We're market leaders in this. And what we're trying to do with this initiative is just encourage those of you from these industries to join us. And therefore we can promote more and more menopause awareness between us all. There's a community that you can be involved in as well. We have community managers that can hold your hand through the process metaphorically and get you started. So kick off the new year is what I would say. Look, we're in 2024. Lots of things are going to change this year for commerce and business, whether you're a sole trader or whether you're a business owner with a larger team. We can support you on your journey now as women's health moves and becomes much more progressive. And it really is changing at the rate of knots. So this isn't something to sit on. If you really want to capitalise on this and maximise the benefits, you need to do it now. Let's start as we mean to go on at the beginning of the year and get you started. So as I say, speak to our ambassadors. You've probably been assigned one if you've inquired, and you'll probably know quite a lot about Meg. Maybe you're following us on social media. We've got a big social media presence of 100,000. I work prolifically through LinkedIn as well, so please do connect with me on LinkedIn and perhaps we can have a chat. But whatever your thoughts are, come back to us and let us know. And we'd really, really love to welcome you to the Meg team as champions, because once you've gone through the training, then your team members and yourself, you can really adopt that status as a fully blown menopause champion and showcase your business as menopause approved. So that's it really. I really just wanted, in a nutshell, to get across the importance of becoming menopause approved, showcasing it across the media, social media, and get some good PR and give your business the boost that it needs. And we know this from lots of people that we've been talking to, and we've had hundreds, if not thousands, of inquiries since we launched this initiative. And we know that you've had a really tough time over the last few years. And we have to draw a line in the sand, don't we, and say, right, so we need to invest further now to do something different, set ourselves apart and really progress in the economic climate that there is now. We won't stop spending money on our hair. We won't stop spending money on our skin or on our weight. We won't do that. So we want to come and spend money in your establishments, knowing that you're going to support us as menopausal women. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So thank you very much for attending. There'll be some more webinars to come, I'm sure. But if in the meantime, please reach out to our ambassadors, have a chat with them, and let's get you started.